Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And again, I'm the host, Cynthia Jones. And today we have the honor of welcoming Kusha Kalra. This is the Profitable Business Mindset, where we are discovering ways to boost your confidence, jump into your destiny, and design the life you so desire. Today, Kusha Kalra, she is a trainer with a specialized in management development leadership skills, and she's also involved in women empowerment workshops in the corporate industry, and she did that for 15 years. She has worked with over 15,000 people, taking them from one step to improve their lives moving forward with one step at a time to improve their lives. She helps them face a setback, end up two steps back with guilt, shame, and embarrassing by helping them make quantum success in their business using small, actionable steps and build them as a successful brand, which I'm sure she will tell us all about. It's a pleasure of having Kusha with us today. Welcome to the Profitable Business Mindset Summit. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me here, Cynthia. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm truly honored to be a part of the Profitable Business Mindset. Just a little bit more about me. I'm a confidence coach and brand expert. That's what is my current, role that I am taking care of in my business. And as a confidence coach and brand expert, I am the founder of the Bespoke Designs. So I am basically helping online entrepreneurs to increase their inner confidence and also increase, sales for them by building a powerful, irreplaceable, unique, and phenomenal brand for their business. So this is something which I've been doing now for almost 2 years. And I'm basically full time working in my business currently. So that is something which I feel is the best part of my life, that I have that flexibility, and I'm also enjoying motherhood, and yeah, the roller coaster ride of being an entrepreneur.
Wow. That's great. So you said that you worked in corporate for, was it 15 years, about 15 years. So how did you make that transition from corporate to deciding you want to be your own boss and go on this endeavorment of this coaching and helping other people design the life they so choose?
Well, this is something which just struck me one fine day, and it just was like it was like a light bulb moment for me, because I'm a single mom, and I've I've been a single mom since my son was 4 months old. So I realized that I didn't want him to be raised in a toxic environment where domestic violence was considered okay.
Right.
And that's exactly how the entire family of my ex would feel, that it's so okay to do that. So I didn't want that, and that's
Wow.
exactly why I moved out of
Wow.
that
Wow.
relationship.
Uh-huh.
And but my job was really good. Okay, so my corporate career was at its peak. It was a very respectable profile, because
Uh-huh.
I was like a trainer, and
Okay.
trainers in India are considered like a teacher,
Okay.
or somebody like who's a guru, somebody would they would look up to.
Uh-huh.
And I used to help a lot of people in their personal development, in helping them achieve their goals. So my job was actually like a dream job. Okay, it was a six-figure salary. It was 20 minutes drive from my house.
Okay.
It was one of my best bosses that I could ever work under, and
Wow.
it was like an ideal dream job. Okay,
Wow.
and so I was able to do that for quite a long time. And as I mentioned, one fine day, I realized that my son is going to start school. Okay, and that
Uh-huh.
was when he was 5 years old.
Right.
And that's exactly when it hit me, that now that he's going to go to school, who takes care of him when he comes back? Who is he going to look up to?
Right. Mhm.
So and so I live with my parents, so I know that my parents can take care of his
Mhm.
security
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
safety, but then
Mhm.
I don't expect them to help him with his homework and stuff related
Yes.
to whatever happens back in school.
Yes.
So that was my turning point 5 years back. And in 2014, I moved out of my corporate job, and I entered into the field of freelance training. So I didn't even jump straight away into the online world. So
Okay.
I started with freelance training. So I used to travel then, and I used to conduct workshops for a lot of corporates,
Mm-hmm.
and they were from different industries, be it automobile, IT, service industry,
Mm-hmm.
and and even financial services. I used to conduct workshops, and I used to do women empowerment workshops also,
Uh-huh.
because I knew that a lot of people need to know my story, and
Yes.
apart from that, a lot of people needed to
Yeah.
know how they need to communicate,
Yes.
in their with their boss, or in
Mm-hmm.
relationships, or in
Mm-hmm.
family. So there were a lot of modules, and like courses which I used to create,
Right.
which used to cater to specific needs.
Okay.
So so I did that for about a year and a half,
Mm-hmm.
and that was also in a partnership with one of my ex bosses. Okay, so we
Okay.
were together doing this.
Okay.
However, that partnership couldn't work out very long. So
Okay.
I figured that I think I need to work all by myself and not really depend on others.
Wow.
So that's when I realized that I wanted to go full time in my coaching,
Wow.
and last year, I figured out that since I've been designing everything, for my trainings and workshops,
Right.
why am I not using my skills online? And that's exactly when, this new discovery happened, that I could do branding and I could design.
Right.
And, I tested it out in the online market, and it really worked. And I knew that this is something that I'm also passionate about, because
Wow.
you give me any project and I can literally sit all night, very happily to design. So that's the
Wow.
amount of passion and love that I have, because as a creative soul, I feel that I really love to design and do stuff.
Wow.
So yeah, this is exactly how the transition happened in my
Okay.
life.
Okay. So you said some key things there, like you said the incident with your husband, how you made that transition to decide that the life that you were going to have with him was not the life you wanted to have. And the other thing is being a single parent, like in an environment where most women, are married, the husband is taking care of them. So how did you develop that mindset to encourage yourself that, yes, this is something I can do? Because I think a lot of times people, especially women, we start to think, okay, the man, he is the provider. This is the life that, I'm going to have, not realizing that on the other side of that decision of, no, I'm not going to do it, is a life that's so much better for you. So how did you come to that, decision? This is not for me. This is what I'm going to do. And then you started taking steps to make it happen. It just didn't remain a thought, but you took actionable steps to bring you to where you are today.
Yeah, so Cynthia, let me just tell you more about my personality. Okay, so I have been brought up with very liberal values. Okay,
Okay.
and my parents have been forever supportive
Hmm.
about uh, whatever I wanted to do in my life. Okay,
Okay.
and also I've been grown in a very protective environment. Okay,
Hmm.
and especially in India, there are more like traditional families. Everybody's living together. There aren't really too many nuclear families. Okay, it's maybe
Okay.
now we do see that, but then
Uh-huh.
most of us would still want to live together like one big happy
Okay.
family.
Okay.
And that's exactly how I was raised. And so that gave me a lot of confidence from within about whatever I wanted to do. Okay, I should at least give it a shot. Okay,
Okay.
so that's one big thing which has always been there, since my childhood. So
Hmm.
there's been no fear, no stopping,
Hmm.
on my choices or on
Hmm.
whatever I wanted to do. And I've had complete support from my parents. So that helped me to initiate and, take, not miss out on opportunities. So anything new that would come up, even in my job, I
Hmm.
would be like so open to,
Okay.
accept it, and
Okay.
make sure that I'm able to learn something new from it.
Hmm.
So that's the kind of mindset which I have always grown up with. Secondly, as far as this decision of moving out is concerned, as I mentioned, it's got to do with um, listening to my own soul. Okay, because I just know that we have got one life. Okay,
Right.
I don't think it would be fair that in this one life that I have and this one life which my child has got now, okay, it should have that environment where, it is so it will be full of fear because I don't know what's going to happen next,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, so for me, my own happiness is really, really important, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and again, those value systems which I have been brought up with, they would not allow me to think that, that it is okay for somebody to overpower you and dominate you, or somebody to do something which is which according to the man is like, um, as if it's so fine that we can hit each other, and I'm like, no, you don't do that as humans, okay?
Yes.
So I've not been raised in that kind of an environment, and
Okay.
so I don't want to give that to my child. And
Okay.
so if we are not aligned, it is best that we move, on our separate paths, and that's exactly what I did.
Okay.
However, you know what, Cynthia, there are so many people who can't take that step
No. Yes.
because of a couple of reasons. A, they feel that they were probably financially dependent on their partners. That
Uh-huh.
wasn't the case with me. My job was going great, right?
Okay.
B, they have this thing that because I have kids, I can't leave.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And for me, it was completely the opposite. I thought, because I
I
have a
have it. Yes.
kid
Yes.
and I don't want him to go
Yes.
through this,
Yes.
therefore I want to move on. Do you see? It's like a complete,
Yes.
360-degree shift in
Yes.
my mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And number three, a lot of people don't have a support system to, which would back them up.
Mm-hmm.
So if they would move out, where would they go? How would they restart their life,
Yes.
be it financially, emotionally, mentally?
Yes.
So for me, it was a blessing because, as I mentioned, I always had my parents' support, so I could always go back to them, and they never wanted me to live separate, like
Okay.
just on my own. So they said, we're okay with your decision, and we want you to be back home.
Wow.
Okay, don't just go around outside and think that you're all by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So these are those three things which, which made me realize that I'm not doing anything wrong,
Yes.
and I have the support that is required.
Yes.
And I know that eventually, if you have the right support and that right mindset, you will be able to be strong to take that step and even deal with it in the future.
Yes.
So that's exactly how, this whole decision came out.
Wow, wow, that's awesome. And I hope our audience can hear what you're saying, how your support system and your beliefs and value system is what helped shape that mindset to enable you to believe that, yes, you could do it. That is so awesome. That is really awesome.
Thank you.
So, what is one of the best career decisions that you have made thus far?
I think all of them, yeah, because honestly, I never wanted to work. Okay. I wanted to grow up, have kids, get
Uh-huh,
married, stay at
uh-huh,
home.
uh-huh,
Okay.
uh-huh,
That was like my dream. Okay.
okay,
But, but I started a corporate job.
uh-huh,
uh, every job that I was in, I made sure that I had like a vision, like where I wanted to be in my career,
wow,
and in every profile that I joined in my jobs. So, so that's exactly what I'm saying. I've been like an initiator, and I've been a very positive person, and I like to try new things, and I like to learn a lot of
mhm,
things. I
mhm,
don't shy away from,
okay,
trying new things.
okay,
So that's why all my jobs which I've been, so I've been in well, it's not like all as if, yeah, it's just been like two big jobs really.
okay,
But yeah,
okay,
I've stayed for a very long time in
mhm,
those, and I've had all the world's promotions.
wow,
I've had those appraisals, and
wow,
I've got like bonuses. I
wow,
was like an asset for my company, and that is only because I knew that if I perform and if I work hard, it's a win-win situation. The company would love me, and I loved doing work, right? So yes, I think at each phase of my life, the decision to accept things and more than that, to surrender to the system. Yeah, I learned that in my past job, that you need to surrender to the way it works wherever, in an organization or whatever work you're doing.
Right.
So it really helped me to start with a blank page,
Mm-hmm.
with no baggage. So
Uh-huh.
if you have baggage, you can't move ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, if you have that, something already in your past which you're carrying along with you, you
Mm-hmm.
will not be able to make any new change. You will not be able to adapt to new circumstances.
Yeah.
And the best decision out of them all has been of moving out of my job and starting my business, because
Wow.
that really is like, it's like peace of mind more
Wow.
than the money. Okay,
Wow.
because I know that I have family time, I
Uh-huh.
have time for myself. Not that I didn't have it earlier, but
Uh-huh.
this is a whole, different feeling of being,
Exactly.
your own boss, and not feeling accountable to someone,
So
not asking for leaves anymore. And yeah, I mean,
right.
it's so much easier. And I want to, like, I still feel that because I was in the corporate world,
Uh-huh.
I have learned so much from there which I can now use in my business.
Yes.
Had I just jumped into business after my college or graduation, maybe I would not have those people management skills, right? So
Yes.
corporate helps you to learn a whole lot of people management skills, and business helps you to unlearn it, right?
Uh-huh.
And start in a new way, right? Altogether.
Yes.
So that's exactly, I feel that, this career which I've had now for the last 5 years, this is like
Mhm.
one of the best decisions
Wow.
that I've made in my life.
Wow, wow, that is awesome. I think a lot of people are trying to go there from make that transition from corporate or wherever they're working into their own business. So can you give us at least one strategy or tip? Because, a lot of people do have that doubt, that fear, can I do it, that self-talk that is negative. So how can we overcome things like that and begin to take just one step towards the goal we are so desire. And I like to how you said you always had a vision, because once you always have that vision, when things come that don't align with the vision, then you don't compromise. You're like, this is not where I want to go. And it really helps you as well. But yeah, can you give us at least one tip or strategy on how we overcome those doubts and fears?
Right. So I feel that if we have a powerful purpose or a powerful reason for doing what
Hmm.
we are doing, okay,
Hmm.
it will always help you to move ahead,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So my message to all the listeners is, find out what's your why.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
if I could get out of my six-figure job, dream job, there was a very solid why attached to
Uh-huh.
it,
Uh-huh.
and it was so big that it
Uh-huh.
led me to take that risk. It led me to take that leap of faith. Okay,
Yes.
so you need to believe in yourself,
Yes.
that what you want, what you truly want in your heart. Okay, so you need to ask yourself what makes you happy. Okay, and if your job makes you happy, don't listen to others. Then continue with your job and do it with
Yes.
100% love. But if you know that the answer which you get from inside is moving out of your job, then save money. Okay, because it's not going to be easy when you start. So save
Yes.
something for for starting your business.
Yes.
If it can be in the same lines of what your job is, that's the best. But
Yes.
if you're starting with something really new, I think it's best that you need to do first inner work for
Mhm.
starting a business. So I took a break, by the way. I didn't just straight away get into even that freelance. So as soon as I left my job, I took like 4 months break. I was doing nothing. I was just trying to do inner work. What is it that I really want to do?
Wow.
What really excites me?
Wow.
So my biggest strategy was take that break to
Mhm.
know who you are.
Mhm.
What do you really, want?
Mhm.
Um, you know, certain questions you can ask, like, who are the people who you've been able to help the most,
Uh-huh.
and for what, basically. So
Mhm.
what is the problem that you've been able to solve for people?
Mhm.
It could be anything. It could be
Mhm.
even related to craft. It could be related to helping them in their relationship. It could
Yes.
be related to their children's studies even.
Mm-hmm.
So just figure out what is it that you're good at,
Mm-hmm.
and from your own experiences. So you don't even have to, honestly, you don't even have to hire anyone for this. It's like pure inner work. Who am I? Like,
Yes.
who am I? If that's clear,
Mm-hmm.
you can take it forward from there, and then slowly, gradually, things will fall in place.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it won't be easy, that's for sure. Okay, but if you have that strong why, it will always keep you grounded,
Mm-hmm.
and it will always be like a reminder whenever you lose hope, and whenever
Mm-hmm.
you're feeling down,
Yes.
because you need to have the end in mind, that why did I really start.
Yes.
So let's have that more clear, and
Mm-hmm.
from there I think it'll be like a better way, or things will fall in place,
Wow.
basically.
Wow, great advice. I hope the audience is really hearing what you're saying, because it's really, really good advice on vision, clarity, and how to make that step in whatever you want to do, a better career, better family, better business, start your own business in whatever it is you're desiring that you want to do. Wow, thank
Yes.
you so much. And then, can you tell us what are you grateful for today and why are you grateful for that?
So, Cynthia, I think I feel blessed because
Mhm.
I have a fabulous family, which
Wow.
is my parents,
Uh-huh.
and whose support is like never ending,
Oh,
right?
wow.
And I feel grateful for my sunshine son, which is
Uh-huh.
like, which so I wake up and I look at his smile, and it makes my day, right?
Yes.
And so these are the top two things that, or people, which I'm really really grateful for.
Wow.
And most of all, I think I'm grateful for this beautiful life, because I
Mhm.
feel that nothing is permanent. Okay,
Yes.
so since nothing is permanent, how are you making your how are you making the most of this
Mhm.
beautiful gift called life,
Mhm.
and not staying stuck. Okay, it's
Mhm.
so easy to stay stuck,
Uh,
and it
mhm.
takes courage, it takes effort, it takes a lot of patience, to and resilience to overcome whatever is making you feel stuck, and whatever is feeling like a challenge.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm grateful for this life, for family, and for my son. Yeah, top three.
Wow, that is beautiful. That is really, really beautiful. Wow, thank you for
Thank you.
sharing. Yeah, yeah. And I think too, a lot of times people, they get just stuck and they don't want, I don't know if it's maybe fear. Sometimes is even though it's kind of crazy, even though things are in chaos, it's like you're normal. So when things are
Mm,
not in chaos, you're like, so why are things not in chaos? So yeah, so it all depends on how you're viewing things. I have a saying that I started saying is that I will not make uh, uh, permanent decisions for temporary situations, because like you're saying,
mm,
everything is always changing. So don't base your decision, so much that this is you saying that it's going to be like this forever. Meanwhile, it's not going to be like this
yeah,
forever. It's
yeah,
going to change. So I started saying that like not too long ago. I don't want to make any permanent decision for something that's temporary, and everything is
absolutely.
temporary.
Yeah,
Wow, thank you so much. And then the last question we have
yes.
is there anything that we did discuss or didn't discuss that you would like to bring up again?
So you know what, Cynthia, I feel that now that we are in this online space, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
there is so much of very short attention span with which
Mm-hmm.
people are moving around in this digital space, right?
Mm-hmm.
So making connections and making relationships
Mm-hmm.
is the key to a successful business.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's going to be a complete roller coaster ride as an entrepreneur, but
Mm-hmm.
you just have to be consistent, and you have to show up every single day,
Mm-hmm.
right? This is so since you said that this is the profitable
Business.
mindset,
Uh,
business mindset. Yeah. So
yeah.
if you want to be profitable, if
Mhm,
you want to have this business which
mhm,
you are, starting out or you're already in, the
mhm,
biggest mindset shift which you require
mhm,
would be that you are consistent. And before you're consistent, you have clarity. So confidence, clarity,
mhm,
consistency. So
mhm,
these are the three things which will
mhm,
help you to, take baby steps also,
mhm,
right?
mhm.
Sometimes we're not ready for, that big leap. Even then you can take those baby steps and keep moving
Yes,
ahead.
yes.
So that's something which I want to share with all the listeners, that, just be confident and have faith in yourself,
Mhm.
and get clarity on what you really want to do, and what makes, more than you, what makes your soul happy. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
you have to do like that inner work, right?
Yes.
And lastly, once you have that confidence and clarity, just, take that leap of faith and keep at it, because it's going
Mhm.
to work out for sure.
Yes, yes. Wow. Thank you so much for joining us. That was really, really, really helpful and powerful. And I'm really, really sure it will resonate with a lot of our audience because those are steps and tips that we can relate to and implement, soon, today. It's nothing that we can't do. We don't have to be fearful or doubt ourselves. We can do this, like you said, confident, clarity, and what was the other C?
Consistency, yeah.
Consistency will take
Yes.
you to where you want to go. Wow. Thank you
Right.
so much, Kusha. Thank you for taking time out to join us. Again, this is the Profitable Business Mindset. We will have more great speakers and influencers like Kusha, so don't miss out. Look in your email box because the next one is coming. See you soon. Thank you again, Kusha. Bye.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. Bye bye.